I don't know if it's live or not. I can't ever tell. Is it live? Are you going to tell me it's live?
Yeah, it's live.
You're not going to tell me, are you?
It's live.
Is it?
Yeah, it's live.
Fantastic. Hey, guys. I either have freakishly big hands or these two bottles are really, really different in size. And it's just an optical illusion. And you fell for it. So, today on the Whiskey Entitled, we're going to be talking about... do you want to know what we're going to be talking about now? Or do you just want to watch the show?
I kind of want to see you put like the side by side again with the bottles, because that was kind of freaky.
Okay. That's what you want to see. Oh, you want to see the optical illusion?
Yeah, do that.
You want to see the trick? You just pull one way back, bring one way forward,
and then
this hand huge by spreading your fingers out.
And then you push it forward, and
nowhere close to that same size. Optical illusions. Come on.
All right. Whoa. Did not expect that.
Hey. I'm just holding the bottle.
All right, man.
Didn't know what to do
Damn.
with it.
Sorry. Damn. That's what we have doing. My Bourbon Joby. How you guys doing today, man? We got Wally back. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much to Graham for subbing in for Wally last week. Such a great time talking to him.
It was a really good show. I
It's
went
pretty
back and watched it.
Wow. And he usually doesn't do that.
What?
I know you do. He's
I
weird
watch
that
it
way.
for all kinds of things. I have problems.
Yeah, but no, it was great. It was great talking to him about stuff. I've personally never really talked to him. Like maybe,
Graham?
yeah, once in a while on DMs and stuff like that. But yeah.
Oh, sliding in your DMs.
Yeah, just like I did. But yeah, so this week we're going to be talking about some launch stuff. Last week, as you know, Wally was out. He visited New York to do the Grand Cru launch party. Then I co-hosted a Wonderback launch party in Hood River with a bunch of fellow enthusiasts.
Wait, in Hood River?
Yeah, Hood River, Oregon.
Is it really called Hood River?
Yep, Hood.
Is it in the hood?
They were hooded people there, I'm assuming.
Wrong kind of hood.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. First off, what's in your glass?
First off, this is a OCD. Couldn't help it. So, do you guys follow Single Malt Alliance? You know, Single Malt Alliance.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ben celebrating 40,000 followers.
Christian.
So that's super exciting for him. So definitely gave him he's looking for suggestions if you guys want him to change up his stuff. But I think his stuff's good the way it is. I really like the amount of conversation that he creates by his really, really long and really in-depth posts about some stuff.
No, I agree. Like his posts are very engaging, especially for the whiskey enthusiasts. Probably not the whiskey beginners, but enthusiasts.
Yeah, correct, exactly.
But very educational, and it was really cool how he showed his story about how, you know, without his Instagram, he wouldn't be able to be where he is today, and which I think a lot of us are. Like, we wouldn't have been able to have an amazing trip in Scotland and, you know, that kind of stuff.
On that same boat.
So yeah,
Exactly. So, yeah,
congratulations,
cheers to,
40K.
Cheers to Ben on 40K, and cheers to all of us because Instagram's helping all of us. And yes, Ardbeg 19 came out, the committee release.
Yeah.
And
you pick it up yet?
Limited to 6 bottles if you're in the UK only.
Ooh, damn.
So there's that.
So any bottles you pick up besides?
No, just this mini.
Just the mini?
So while I was in New York, I really needed to take a picture for that day. And
Yeah.
if you guys see the picture I took on Tuesday last week, it's actually this little bottle. It just looks bigger in the picture. That's
what she said.
That's what she said.
But yeah, so I was able to get Wonderback Batch 3. It's actually not even out yet, but since I went to the launch party, I was gifted this bottle.
Whoa, wait. We can't just get into the topic. This is a whiskey show.
No, I'm just saying like this is the new bottle I got. No, let's give this
What's
bottle.
in your glass?
Oh. This. It actually is that.
You're actually
Yeah, I'm drinking that.
Oh.
Well, you know how it is. Like when you've had a lot of drink. We had 1, 2, and 3. Batch 1, 2, and 3. Bunch of people around, food and stuff. So, you're really drinking that?
It's batch 1. This stuff's bombing.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to send you that, aren't I?
Look how much I have drinking of this.
Because I don't drink that.
I mean, it's a lot for me.
I'm not a big fan. Cause
it's super good.
Yeah, that's your type of rye, not my type of rye.
I mean, yeah, exactly. That's the problem. Is like I don't like regular rye, right? Like I want to take my Thomas Handy and throw it in the trash can, but I'll take this Kentucky Owl all day. It's got the fruitiness. It's got plenty of oak and vanilla to satisfy my cravings. It also has like that pie crust, almost toasted marmalade type.
Okay.
Like, in a pie crust. It's so good.
Yeah. I think someone's crying outside too. Shit.
Mm.
What's up?
The the question
Oh,
disappeared, which is
no,
absolutely
no. So I
hilarious.
want us to introduce it first because it was kind of weird.
Oh,
yeah.
well, today we're introducing the Liquid 27. Without cognac and time, he wouldn't be where he is today.
That's
That's
true.
correct, Tolv.
That's true.
That's absolutely correct. I think we all know that.
But yeah, no.
Because cognac and time is influence.
Yeah. So with without the chat going there anymore because of the fact that we can't pull it in there, Wally suggested that we should do a question of the day. So while we talk about certain things, if you guys could chime in on a chat question of the day, Wally, you want to introduce why you chose this and what it is?
I just like that question of the day because I was talking to Christian about that earlier. Yeah, so I just like that question. Also, Eric sipping Ardbeg 10 by the fire. That's legit. Also, where's the fire pit weather?
Yeah.
It's still warm here.
Well, it's cold where I am.
He's in Canada, right?
Hey, Bianca, what's up?
Hello, Bianca.
Eric?
Another LOL. So yeah, if you guys want to answer the question that's down below in chat, it'd be awesome if you did. I just thought it was a cool question. What whiskey did you like the first time you tried it, but you don't enjoy it now?
Plus,
Christian about this, and Christian enjoyed the Snow Phoenix, and then recently he tried it again, and he was like,
oh,
it's okay.
Interesting.
So that happens, you know.
No, and plus, like, you know, we all know that Wally has OCD, so like when he checks in chat all the time, he'll see it there and freak out.
Off-camera disease? I think you mean ADD.
ADD, so OCD. ADD.
Scotch test dummies? Yes. Whiskey and
Hey, Scott, what's up?
Wally. 68 degrees and you're free. Oh my god.
Damn. Wait.
My house is 68 degrees and I got the air conditioner on.
Oh, I don't. I don't think it's like 70.
Yeah,
it's fine.
just a cool night. Is it cool outside? I want to check the temps, but I'm not gonna. Wally's a little low on the low. Little low on.
No worries. We can bump that guy up. It's all good. It could have changed because of
Not Snowball.
Oh, that's me.
Charles got louder. This is great.
I know. Better that.
Fantastic. Is this loud? Oh, this scares me now. Is this loud enough?
Better?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me better? I'm probably not talking loud. I'm in a whiskey mood.
We can check. We can bump you up a little bit. How about there? But yeah, let us know. Hey Cody, what's up?
Cody, hello.
But yeah, so Wally, so you got invited to one fancy release party.
Yes, I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah,
you want me to tell you everything?
Yeah, as much as
I'll
you
tell
can.
you everything. The good, the bad, and the strange, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, I want that strange, but okay, let's do it.
You don't want strange. Trust me on this one. Especially if it's coming from triplets that look like they.
Yeah. No, that's a strange that I was talking about.
All right. So all right, cool. Oh man, I'm getting really good fruit notes from this. So went to New York. I'm that guy on the bus who went to New York and bought all 4 of the seats around the table.
Yep.
On the mega bus because I wanted to have the seats. Actually, my video guy was supposed to go with me, but he had to bail last minute because he got pneumonia. Yeah. Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, went all the way to New York on the bus. Had 4 seats, which is amazing because I put my bag down on the other side, and the bus driver was like, "Hey, somebody might be coming for that seat," and I was like, "Hey, I spent all my money and I bought all these seats. So shut up and don't tell me how to live my life."
For reals? You said that?
No, I said I bought these seats. It's cool. So
he's probably like, "Oh
yeah.
shit."
Yeah, I bought all 4 seats on the way up and the way down, so didn't have a problem with that. But got to New York.
So that's kind of funny.
Immediately got off the bus in a navy blue suit jacket, black pants, and black shoes. But then my shoes are like skater shoes, and they needed to be thrown in the trash.
Oh, you look fancy, man. You had your hair up and everything.
I stopped in a store called Shoegasm, and I bought some Sperry's for $40. It's amazing. They had just my size on the clearance rack, which is a miracle. So, and then I walked 40 blocks in those Sperry's all the way up to 63rd Street.
So when you said you were a block away, you were actually really walking.
What do you mean?
Because I messaged you like, "Hey, dude, I thought you were at the event already," and you're like, "No, I'm a block away."
Oh, I walked from 27th to 63rd.
Damn. Okay, you. Oh,
I wasn't joking.
It
was literally 27th Street all the way up to 63rd Street.
Yeah.
I had no problem with it. I like New York. I like walking. I like walking in New York anyways. So yeah, walked all the way to the event. Stood and waited outside. They had a bouncer at the door. So the way that it was explained to me is when you got the card in the mail, the metal card, it had a mag stripe on it. And you could swipe in, you'd go into the event.
Yeah.
Apparently the marketing company that set that all up screwed it up. So at the door, they just took your name.
What?
Like a regular place. It was really, really weird.
Man, I thought it was like a little scan cool thing, and that sucks.
So yeah, so went into the event, and the event didn't. I want to say the event made total sense, but the event didn't make a whole lot of sense. So this was like Balvenie renting the $30,000 a night hotel. Mm-hmm. It was like, this doesn't really seem to jive with like the whole you guys make stuff.
Craft
and here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, the bathrobe. But it was the same boat here for Glenfiddich. It was like, this is a $31 million mansion.
Wait. The mansion was 31 million. Oh, but the other one's 30,000, right? Okay.
Correct. That's 30,000 a night. This is a $31 million mansion.
Okay. I wonder how much a night renting for that thing is.
At that, I don't know. They do rent it out for weddings and stuff. It is a venue.
Yeah.
So the venue is pimp. You guys saw the live streams. I actually saved those for once, thank goodness, because I wanted to make sure that I had those for the future, so that I could share those with you guys again. But or did I? Did those go away forever? I don't know. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. I hope I did. Anyways,
let me take a look.
Tried to save the live streams, and the event. There were two of it. It was me, Scotch in the City, and then have you guys ever listened to Whiskey Cast? It's a podcast.
Yeah, Whiskey Cast. What's his name?
So the guy who does Whiskey Cast was there. Yeah. So it's him, Scotch in the City, and me. That's it for whiskey and like Instagrammers or even whiskey enthusiasts. Everybody else was not a whiskey enthusiast.
You didn't save the live videos.
I saved them on my computer. Okay. I ended up talking to these triplets who one of them got my number. It was really weird, but like somehow, they were like socialites, and they're like famous Carpazzo twins or something on Instagram, but they're made out of plastic. You don't want to see it. It's not good. And then like Martha Stewart was there.
Yeah, that was weird.
The warden from Orange is the New Black. Somebody had to tell me who she was, but she was there. Other famous people were there. It was just a bunch of socialites. I had no idea what was going on at this event. I was like, I'm dressed. So
it wasn't a whiskey event. It was more like just like a real launch, kind of get everyone.
It was a launch for that whiskey, but like people were coming up to the door. Me and Scotch in the City were standing outside, and like you could hear people saying like, "Oh, this is where we're gonna drink. We're gonna get drunk." And somebody was like, "Yeah, no, this is for Glenfiddich single something." And I was like, "It's this single malt whiskey that just got released. It's a 23-year finished in Grand Cru cask." And the guy's like, "Yeah, that's it, something like that." And I'm like, "Who are these people and why are they here?" So 2 bars downstairs, 1 bar upstairs. Everyone's getting schmammered. Martha Stewart shows up. More people getting schmammered. Martha Stewart steals a glass. One of those nice crystal glasses you see in the Glenfiddich pictures that nobody was supposed to take.
Yeah.
So it was just a weird event. Like the food was banging. Caviar was nonstop.
So I'm assuming, and I think you told me this before, like, what is this for? Like, what is this whiskey for? Where's the Grand Cru? Like, what's it substitute for?
So their goal is to get the Grand Cru to be the option for champagne. So instead of picking up champagne and going, we're going to celebrate with champagne, the goal is now to have people pick up the Grand Cru, which costs as much as Dom Perignon, and then celebrate by having that. And the better part is, with champagne, you pop it. You're going to pour a couple glasses and it's gone. You know, with the Grand Cru, you pop it, you pour a couple glasses, and you still got more that you can take home, and it's good for years. So.
Yeah, no, and that's where, like, in my mind, I'm like, if I'm a whiskey person, if I'm celebrating, I'm bringing out like a 30-year-old or something like that. I'm not bringing a Grand Cru out. But so it's definitely the champagne people in mind they're targeting.
Yeah, so that's their goal there,
right? They're not targeting the whiskey people. They're targeting the...
Exactly. It was like, let's celebrate a Tuesday night, and that's where we were. And I was like, all right.
And that's where I don't understand, like, is the whiskey market not big enough anymore that you want to target another market?
Right? That's a good question, actually, because I don't. So to me, it feels inconsistent, right?
Yeah.
Glenfiddich is the #1 selling single malt in the world because their marketing says so. But like, with that being the case, they already know how to reach lots of people.
Yeah.
What difference does it make in this market that they're trying to reach? Like, they're really trying to reach people who must eat caviar and butter, apparently. And then people who drink champagne.
Or don't know what a single malt is, yeah. So, like...
Yeah. I would say high society or socialites. Yeah, I couldn't think of another word for it.
But in my head, like, if you're a high society socialite, you're either a Scotch drinker that's drinking, like, what, Macallan 21 or Macallan 18.
Absolutely.
Or you're a champagne Dom Perignon person, or you're, like, the Aces, or, whatever those crazy people are doing now, with the ones with the...
Of course. Yeah.
So, for me, it's weird. But, it shows that they pick 3 whiskey people, and then the rest of them are socialites and champagne drinker type people or whatever.
Yeah, it just didn't make any
Cosmopolitans,
sense to me.
Man. The vodka. That's what's gonna rule the vodka stuff.
Yeah, there's nonstop highballs too. They're making out of all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I just didn't understand that. So, I think the only thing that would have made it better is if we like took a bottle and savored it, which
that would have been
kind of
cool.
Makes me want to take a bottle and savor it.
I don't think it has
$300.
It doesn't have the pressure. So how will it? You think
there's no pressure. I'm just talking about savoring the bottle.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And Bianca, thank you for answering the question. She said that she enjoyed the VA Distillery podcast first, and then after she didn't
enjoy it anymore because I didn't enjoy it right off the bat because it doesn't taste good. It does taste good though. Somebody already said it down there. The cider cask. Yeah, I agree completely with what's it, Scott. I agree completely with him on that. The cider cask is good. The brewer's cask has a horrible nose, but tastes good.
So I enjoyed after the second drink for the VA on separate occasions. So maybe I should go back into it and try it again. Interesting. Thank you so much for answering the question. For me, I did have one fancy ballroom type launch event. So if you guys don't know already, Wonderback, they do something different with their distilling process. They actually partner up with distilleries. What's up?
One thing.
Yeah,
sorry,
go for it.
Christian just brought it up. They had invited more whiskey people. You're absolutely correct. Scotch and Time did get invited. Do you know when his invite came? I'll give you a hint. The day before the event.
Oh, that's silly.
There were people who literally got their cards in the mail the day of the event. I'm telling you, something with this marketing company was
that
not.
Didn't sound right.
Yeah, no, they screwed the pooch big time. It was not. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. Yeah. It's weird. Yeah. Sorry.
No,
tell us about Wonderback's strange.
Yeah,
process.
So there are different processes. They partner up with distilleries. So this batch 1, 2, and 3, they partner up with Westland, which I know Wally likes their American with their chocolate malt in there. They use the chocolate malt in this one as well. Not as large as you think they did with Westlands, because I know you think you get the more chocolate malt out of the Westland than the batch 1 when you tried it last time. But yeah, so they partner up with distilleries to use their own mash bill, and they partner up with, like, for instance, Westland with Matt Hoffman to kind of adjust the mash bill to where the distiller thinks that it could be. They then ship all the liquid in totes, and then it hits barrels in Hood River. So
totes
my goats.
Totes my goats.
But yeah, so
totes my loads.
Interesting enough, the first they did, it was a 3-year release, was batch 1, 4-year release, which was with Nicaraguan rum casts, and then the third release is a 5-year in port casts. So they just released the port cast this weekend, or not released, pre-released it, and it should be out next week for their official launch party. Brought a bunch of food bloggers, beer bloggers, and whiskey bloggers, or enthusiasts, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Out. It was great because we had the foodies that weren't big whiskey people, so they had such amazing questions to ask that usually whiskey people don't ask. Like, what's different? How is it like? What's this? What's that? Like, all the intricacies that we did in our earlier stages. And then the whiskey people asked more of the complex stuff, and the beer stuff, how, like, the brewing part. So it was pretty cool. We got to try stuff from their next distillery, Balcones, or the Texas distillery. Can't really tell.
Balcones?
Yep. So before their distiller left, that was distilled. So that was the last distiller they had. And then a Virginia distillery, which you could probably tell is going to be doing their next batch.
Yeah, not surprised about that.
Yeah. So no, it's interesting how they partner up with it. It's a lot of investment. You're talking about 3 to 5 years of investment of the liquid itself, and then the mash bill. So interesting. What's up?
Eric said $300 and you can get a better Ardbeg any day, but he's wrong, because there's no amount of money you can pay to make Ardbeg taste good.
That's for you.
Ugh. Just. Ugh. Yes, Bianca is the Scotch girl, in case you guys didn't know.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Bianca doesn't matter.
That's it for the Westland event. I like how they mixed. So it's weird because at your event, I like how they mixed, to me, food, wine, beer. Yeah. Sorry, food, beer, whiskey. Yeah. That makes sense. All those things are coherent and go together. Well, what doesn't make sense to me? The queen of insider trading. A jail person.
I think it's just
from a Netflix TV show.
That's just more of like celebrity thing, right? That's what
triplets.
Yeah. Well, you said it was a socialite thing. Like, for me, like, so I co-hosted the event, so I picked the people. So I picked the foodies, I picked the beer people, and I picked the whiskey people. And I wanted to tailor make it because batch 1 was more for whiskey people, batch 2 was more for everyday because of the rum cast. It made it easier for people. It's more sweeter. And the third was just like their release, right? So I think it's in between. It's more of an aperitif, like after dinner kind of thing.
Yeah, like a dessert.
Yeah, because especially that port.
That makes sense.
But yeah, no, it's great, and they hosted everything. They were very responsible. They gave us a bus back and forth. It's about an hour away from the city, so no drinking and driving, which was great. So we all took the bus back, and everyone took Ubers back home. They did a family cook style dinner. We had some steak strips, vegetables. We had s'mores after, and I gave people cigars afterwards as well. They had cherries soaked in their batch 2. So it was like a sweet cherry, local cherries.
Like a rum cherry.
Yeah, so good.
That sounds good.
But yeah, it was great. Like they treated us basically like family. It was like a family get together. Everyone loved it. Everyone felt part of it. Their kids, their dogs were there. We were just walking around their place. It was a great event. I really liked it.
That is so amazing. Like the contrast between like that to me sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Like small, intimate. Like everybody
under the
can
stars,
be family.
man. No clouds, everything. You see everything.
So
it was beautiful.
I mean, we had stars because in a $31 million mansion, there's a courtyard in the middle that has no roof, and you can just see straight up to the sky, which was crazy. But the food was all very posh. I'm not joking about the amount of caviar I ate. I felt like I was going to live on caviar there, because it was just coming around nonstop, over and over and over again. Like everything was fancy, lox. Not that locks are fancy, but locks are tasty.
And I did see like there was like a selfie room, like a mirror room and stuff like that. So
yes, there's an infinity selfie room.
Yeah. So like I can understand what they're trying to do. It just and you're the Glenfiddich guy. Like, how do you feel about the brand? I'm not saying the brand's moving that way, but how do you feel about this launch moving that direction?
So I've said this before. To me, when I think of these kinds of events, I think of Macallan. I think of Dallimore. I think of people who are trying to impress you, people who care about the outside, people who don't care about your story. They just care about how you think they look. And like this to me isn't, I don't know, Glenfiddich is family owned, but this doesn't feel like family. Like exactly what you just said, one that feels like family versus something that feels foreign and famous. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird to me.
And for me, like, so when Batch 2 came out for Wonderback, I was invited to the farm, and it was great just talking to Phil, the owner, and Sasha, his wife, just, shooting the shit and talking like, regular people, right? And I wanted all the people that I brought over to experience that, and it was just great. Like, I feel as though that's what Glenfiddich is, a family-owned company, like, or William Grant & Sons anyway. Family-owned company, like, pulling that together, and, like, I think that's what Belvini does well, the craft and all that kind of stuff. But
again, that's why I didn't understand the whole.
Yeah.
Didn't understand the $30,000 a night hotel. Like I don't know what's pushing this. I don't know if it's just for publicity. I don't know if it's just to have Instagrammers talk about it. But it doesn't seem like it. What's funny is the Balvenie event had the same number of Instagrammers there, three of us. So it's like I don't understand what this is for. I don't understand who it's for. I don't understand the market they're trying to appeal to.
Like, so Monkey Shoulder's in there, right? Like, is in the William Grant & Sons.
Yeah.
And then,
but I mean, all they talk about is cocktails.
Yeah, and that's their target market, right? People use it in cocktails. Correct. And Belvini, I've always thought it was like more of like a Scotch neat kind of thing.
Craft. That's their thing.
Glenfiddich's 12 years. Like, a lot of people in Japan love the highball for Glenfiddich 12. Yeah. That kind of stuff, like the everyday person's Scotch.
Yeah.
But yeah, Grand Cru just it for me personally, it missed me. I'm not that socialite, starsy, glitzy type person.
Oh, I'll say the launch, yes. I'll say the bottle itself, it's actually good. Like, it's really good.
And that's
like to me. So if people are like, oh, would you rather buy a 21, Grand Reserva, which is their rum finish, or would you rather buy the 23? That's not, for me. It's not even a question.
Yeah, you're not even a big fan of that anyway. Yeah, the 21.
Yeah, that's the thing. You could buy two of the Grand, Reservas if that's what you want. I don't want that. Yeah. I'd rather have one of these Grand Crus. This thing tastes bombing compared to that.
I gotta
like, it's just more flavorful and more full, and not as delicate and light, and just, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was just surprised, and like, they're putting money behind it. The LA launch was that Aztec house. What movie was that filmed in?
Yeah, that was some fancy one too.
Yeah, like that was
that's
super
what they're doing
fancy.
Now.
And
that's what they're doing. Every one of these is going to be... The only one that wasn't fancy was one in D.C., and that's one I wish I'd gone to. So the one in D.C., they did it down at the Columbia Room, #1 cocktails in D.C.
Yeah.
They did the Columbia Room. Super cool bartenders that work there. They're awesome. They're like really, really, really nice people. It's a very small, intimate space. It's more like a tiki bar than anything. They've got a rooftop tiki thing going on. Yeah. It's just a very chill spot, Yeah. And Dram Dude, don't be worried about it being 40%. It tastes better than 40%. I promise you. Yeah. Like, send me a DM and I'll send you a sample. I promise you, you'll be like, oh, it's better than 40%. Who am I sending a sample to? I'm sending this to who's Tipsy Kraken, I think.
Is it?
Who's Andy Sung on Instagram?
Sorry, Andy, but I only know you by your Instagram handle, I guess.
I only know everybody by their Instagram handle. I can't remember his handle. But yeah.
Oh, that's Singapore. Yeah, Christian. That Singapore launch was crazy too.
That was a crazy launch too.
Yeah.
All the fanfare just.
Yeah. Like, the thing is, I know, so Singapore, I know it's a rich town, like rich city, like that makes sense. New York, yeah, I get that too, but it just, for me, I just understand the direction they're going. Maybe it's just for this bottle. Maybe other bottles are going to be different, but it's just weird.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And yeah, that did look. It looked like it was lacking IGers. Also, it didn't look like it was people. It looked like it was just people who.
We don't follow. Do you follow any Singaporean IGers?
No, it's their brand ambassador.
Yeah, and to be honest, the people that I saw that were there were more blogs and foodie, like food
That's what
reviewers.
It looked like,
so that's like when we did the Wonderback thing, like we wanted to pull in like all the whiskey people. There's not many whiskey people in Portland. So like we had to branch out, and the reason why we branched out to the foodies is because it's a good to pair. It's good to do a beginner's course on it, understand, make people fall in love with the brand. Like I think that's what brands should do, is like, people fall in love with a brand and they'll follow certain, batches or whatever.
Typically.
Oh yeah, I know. I used to go to Singapore a bit, and they're fancy as shit. But yeah, so 2 total polar opposite type launches, but I know you at least had fun. You took the trip there. You enjoyed it at least.
No, it was I had fun. It was a good time. It was very late, and I took the next day off of work to recover, and I crashed in a hotel the night of, so I didn't get back to Baltimore till like 2:30 in the morning. Damn. That was a bad time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and then there was like a 10-minute show next door right around 3 o'clock in the morning. That was a good time.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Like I really enjoyed mine. I wasn't expecting much, but I was blown away, and it seemed like everyone really enjoyed it too because it was very intimate. And very personal, and which is what I personally want in a tour anyway. I want something to be like, hey, I want this as raw as possible, easygoing, free to ask questions, stupid questions,
It just makes me want to throw my own event for the bottle, like go out and buy another bottle and throw my own small event and just do it completely differently. Like only whiskey people, small event, 20 people, everybody gets an ounce pour, not a quarter ounce or eighth of an ounce, whatever they poured there.
Oh, it's like, tiny?
Yeah, it was. They poured everybody a quarter of an ounce because they only had. So it was rumored there were only 6 bottles in the entire place.
Oh, that's silly. That's probably why they're doing all highballs. And
there were what? No, they were doing highballs out of everything else. They had tons of 12 and 15 there.
That's what I mean. They were using that more than the 23.
Yeah, Scotch Voter, I'd agree with you for pushing by word of mouth. But the thing is, if it's the word of mouth of a non-enthusiast, like who you. So this is going to sound horrible, but who are you going to believe if they're going to go talk about Wanderback? Are you going to believe something that Charles says, or are you going to believe something that some random foodie from the other side of the country says? Yeah. Like, I mean, this dude has a relationship with them. It's easier for me to believe him than it is for me to believe, like, Joe Schmo, who does food blogs for,
No, and it's true. Like, if you're a whiskey enthusiast and you're spending that much money, and, okay, maybe for them it's not that much money, but it's still, like, what, $300, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are going to want the reviews. They want to understand why, because everyone knows Dom Perignon. Everyone knows these big wine champagne companies. Like,
I mean, I've never had any Dom Perignon, but I've seen the bottles at Costco.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, so I have, and look, it's
like
great,
champagne.
but it's more a celebratory thing, like you were saying, right? But you and me, like, if we're celebrating, like, I'm probably gonna get like a Highland Park 30. Bill Vinny 30.
Yeah.
Like those. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get those, right? Because that's celebratory. And they're how much is a Highland Park 30? 5, 6. So like that. Then you're spending the money, but it's gonna be good and it's gonna last.
It's gonna be bombing. Like, and it doesn't last.
Yeah, true. We see. Check Wally's post recently.
It hasn't even been a year and a half.
Yeah.
Who's going to spread the word if you're not a whiskey person?
Yeah, no, it's true.
So, no, you're right. No, I get that it needs to go out some other way, but like, when you have these people who are just like, let's get drunk.
You could be right.
I don't know if that's the kind of person that you want.
That is kind of weird.
To be your ambassador.
Yeah. If you're getting drunk, man, I'm giving you like 12-year-old like.
There were people. No, there were people who were drunk. Like the guys who were hitting on those triplets were already drunk. Yeah. Like when the one girl walked away and I read her lips, she was looking dead at me and she's like, and I'm just like, I'm like, is everything okay? But then I look over there and I see these dudes who are just shamammered. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what the goal was there.
See, and if you're gonna get drunk, you're gonna get Glenfiddich 12 highballs, or you're just taking shots of something. You're Jägermeistering it, you're vodkaing it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna get drunk, you're gonna get drunk. You're not gonna spend $300 to get drunk.
It's all about the party in NYC. That's sad.
Well,
I can't live like that.
And so that gets me thinking, like, are they trying to target the Macallan? Like, are they want to use this as a Macallan? Like, do they feel threatened by Macallan that they need to do this?
I don't think they should be though. Like everybody who's a whiskey person knows what's going on with
But
Macallan.
maybe they don't want whiskey people anymore. Maybe there's like, oh, we've already got the whiskey people. Now we want these guys.
Maybe.
And that's sad. If that's happening,
So funny because people buy Macallan because they see that name, but then flavor wise, like ask somebody who's drinking it who just bought it for the name, like how does that taste?
Oh yeah,
it's great.
And
you spent money.
I'm sorry, Tito, if you're watching, but there's a guy that we know that bought Macallan just for the name, and he tasted it, and he was like, "What the fuck's this?" So
yeah, I mean older Macallan, yes.
Yeah. Oh, and if you're not a Scotch drinker,
is...
you see that name Macallan, you try, and you're like, I'm not. That's too much alcohol for me. Like I'm used to vodka sodas and gin and tonics, and you know what I mean. But
yeah,
and I know you're a big Glenfiddich fan, and I know you know a lot of people there. But I'm sad if this is the way it's going, because now it's going to become a race between Macallan and Glenfiddich when it comes to the high end stuff. Dalmore is going to be bottom again, and then
that's the thing. Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, stay in your lane. Like, you don't. Glenfiddich's always had high end stuff. They just don't talk about it. The vintage casks. The people who want to buy cask strength, single barrel Glenfiddich will buy it at $4,000 to $8,000. It's there. Yeah. It's already a thing.
They're taking sexy back. No, they're taking the rich. They want to take the rich people back.
Chevron was such a bad idea.
It's just sad. But in the state expected more for whiskey. Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't expect any. So here's the thing for Macallan. I'm not trying to sound totally down on it. I still definitely drink Macallan.
No, he's talking down.
But I'm definitely going to talk down to it.
The American stuff, yeah.
I don't expect anything from a state. It's like this new edition 5 full of American oak. I can't wait to go to my local store and buy 2 bottles and then literally take a dump on it, because I'm afraid that, believe me, I want to be impressed. I want to crack it open and go, holy piss,
yeah,
they nailed something. I want to crack it open and be like, this is awesome. But I'm afraid that I'm going to crack it open and be like, well, that was a good waste of $250 in my life.
You got to think about, and we were talking about this offline, it's like the fact that, they're moving towards more of American oak type casts, which is, if you're a fan of these two things, like everyone goes like, I like cast strength, I like different like sherry, peat, and stuff like that.
Do you like ginger?
Yeah. Do you like the cast? Like, there's 2 different casts. Like, I love port casts. A lot of people like Oloroso sherry casts. Some people like sherry casts from Europe or American, and it is different. Like, and a lot of the flavor is impacted by the barrel. So.
Absolutely, and there's so much that's changing now with them switching to American oak casts that we're just not getting the same flavor. So if you like ginger, if you like a lot of bourbon notes, which are much more boring, but for them cheaper.
For some people,
just think about it. They do a sherry seasoned cask in American oak, they're spending $100. Yeah. They do a sherry seasoned cask in European oak in a regular butt, they're spending $1,500. Yeah. Like for them, the value proposition. I'm not trying to say that they're just a profit making machine and that's what they're into. But like for them, the value proposition doesn't make any sense to hone more towards America or towards European oak anymore. It just doesn't make sense.
Oh, Eric, before back in the day, Macallan, when it wasn't targeting the socialite, the rich, the elite, it was good. Like you say in the 90s.
Macallan used to be
was good quality,
and it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it was like
it was not that long ago.
And it's sad because like you can tell like other companies or like the Edgerton Group, like Portfolio, like they're making money, but they're pushing this brand to a goal, and you can tell by their ambassadors, you can tell by their products that are coming, you can tell by the new facility they're doing and how they're doing their tours, not personal anymore. Yeah,
Kevin, when there are other whiskeys for less, it's not always about spending less.
It's that sherry cask that people buy it for.
I mean, look how much money I've spent on a 30-year bottle of Highland Park, and in terms of the sherry that shines through, it's incredible. And yes, I know it's both Edgington, but I'm just saying, like, they can do that with the casks, and they can be amazing.
They all have the same casks too. Like they have the same portfolio.
They can do this, right? Exactly. So they could be absolutely amazing, but they're choosing to go in a completely different route with the American, and that's killing me inside. Like you have no idea. And like, I still buy Macallan to try. Obviously, I'm trying it so that I can see the direction that it's going. But it's been going this direction for the last 3-4 years, and it's not a good direction. I don't think personally, because I enjoyed some of the older stuff.
Well, when we tried the new make,
is
like
there
you
better
said
than
it was
Macallan?
different.
There's different. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not
and
like new make.
I basically even tell I could tell that it was different, and it was nowhere near like the Mac 4, because you were telling me that was like the Mac 4, but the old new make spirit.
Yeah, Kevin, I'll give you less and different taste. I won't say better only because, like Eric, who is enjoying Ardbeg, but I can't get into it until you get to like Dark Cove or something with tons of sherry into it. Like that's not a flavor profile for me. Macallan is moving to a flavor profile that people like in America, and that's the American oak bourbon type flavor notes that are coming through.
It's one of the largest markets.
I can't. You're right. It's a huge market, and I can't get into that because I want the more European style flavor, which isn't in that's just not in fashion anymore in whiskey. Like everybody is moving to this American. Look, even stinking. Where's my Balvenie bottle of American oak? Like that's the direction that we want to go. And for those of us who want sherry, yes, you could go Glendronach, meh. You could absolutely go Tam.
Hey man, you can't go meh on that man. You know it's good.
Meh, because the 12, but like
their cast strength is freaking crazy.
But if I wanted to get cast strength sherry that tastes like Macallan, I would just go get Tamdu. Like Tamdu uses the exact same cast, and they're doing a bombing job. Like that stuff still tastes great. There are so many. There are other Springbank. There are plenty of other brands out there in Scotland that are making still like. There you go. That are still making very sherried whiskeys that are doing a really good job. Just Macallan is moving away from that because they want to go to a different flavor profile, and I'm not going with it. That's all.
I personally think they're a whiskey leader when it comes to this. Because it seems
like changing the flavor. Because that's the thing is like everybody's going to think like, oh, if Macallan's doing it and they're making money doing this, then everybody's going to go. I'm telling you, the brands that are going to do better are the ones that are going to buck the trend. When everybody buys, you sell. When everybody's selling, you buy.
So you're thinking that you think in their organization, William Grant and Sons, Edgerton Group, there's going to be someone that just bucks the trend in there? Or you think it's going to be something from outside, like an Anok or a Springbank or a Tam?
Oh, those brands are already doing it. That's the thing. Okay. They're not compromising, and I think they're going to benefit from that because a lot of people. This flips back around, and people are like, "I'm over this American oak thing," but people can't describe what it is they don't like about it. They're just gonna be like, "I don't like this ginger anymore." Yeah. They'll flip right back around. Yeah, Tamdu batch strength #1 and #2, both are. I mean, both are on my shelf.
It's guys, before we start going off another tangent. No. Hey man, this is what everyone wants. This is what we're talking about. This is the reason why we do this live, right? Is to talk to everybody about this and how we really feel. As you all know, we're not paid. We're not sponsored by any of these guys. This is our own opinions. If you think otherwise, that is fine. We're just telling what we think. So, and I apologize if you're a big Macallan fan, Glenfiddich fan, or anything like that.
I'm a big Macallan fan, but oh my God, Boona! If we can talk about some dirty red tide water, that's where it's at.
This?
I mean, Brooke Laddie, you want to talk about somebody who does amazing things with wine casts that isn't Glenmoe? Look at Brooke Laddie. I mean, they're so freaking legit.
No. Guys, thank you so much. And again, we couldn't go to these events without your support on Instagram and on YouTube. Again, we do have
Springbank has to stay the course. People will revolt.
Oh, I think
that's like if they.
Yeah, I think
if Springbank screws up, that's no different than killing freaking Daryl on The Walking Dead. There will be riots. Like you just can't. There's something you can't do.
No, Glenn, man, Glenn will riot.
Oh no, Glenn died and we all cried. All the Asians cried.
I know. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you guys like this chat question of the day, let us know. If you guys want to give us one, we were more than happy to put it down there and talk. Thank you guys so much for answering that.
Maybe that's what we need to talk about next week is like where the whiskey industry is going, because apparently we are all on a page.
We do have Patreons for support. It helps us fund.
Thank you everybody who's a Patreon supporter.
Appreciate it. And yeah, what do we say?
Phil Coleman, come on, Steve. Come on, Steve, get out of here with that noise. They already charge enough for their bottles. Actually, they do what Springbank does, uncompromising, expensive bottles, worth it. Oh, right, sorry, we got it. Gosh.
Deuces.